Top tip for Emergency Preparedness Month. Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I'm torn about what to suggest specifically because it depends. It depends on your situation, depends on your area, depends on where you are at in your preparedness journey. Right now where I'm at, am concentrating on defensive tools, capabilities, seeds, holders, that kind of stuff, increasing my capabilities. That's very important for me right now. But I have a lot of food stockpiled. I am growing my own food. I have tribe that is raising a lot of animals that I trade the stuff I grow for. The number one thing is, you have to eat, period. You have to eat food, and you got to drink water, and you have to breathe air. Well, the air is here. Is your food, is your water squared away? Before I would do anything else, I get those squared away first, because you have to do those things. You may not, although I doubt it, you may not have to use defensive tools, although I doubt it. I'm pretty sure you'll have to at some point. Get your food and water in order before your defenses. If you can do them in parallel, great. In conjunction with each other, then great. But stockpiling food and water, but not just doing that. That's just part of the equation. Before I get into the other stuff, please subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, comment on the videos, share the videos, do anything you can do that you feel like doing to help with me, my channel, and all the other preparedness channels and preparedness-oriented channels, homesteading, all that kind of stuff, tactical, whatever. The whole community needs our help. We need to work together as a community. Stop the hate, stop fighting, infighting, band together. We're all a tribe. We're just an extended tribe. That's one thing I wanted to say first. Second is Patreon. Links in the description below. Come on, it's $1 a month. If you can't afford $1 a month, then I will pray for you. Honestly, I will. $1 a month is nothing. Seriously, nothing. There's so much good content there. I don't have to worry about the big, C word where I can't talk about certain things there. I can actually talk to you guys in reality, show a lot more details, show a lot more insights, stuff like that. So join us on Patreon. Come on, seriously. And some people are saying here, okay, actually, that's a different video topic. Not even going to go into that whole subject of people that talk bad about people that are on Patreon or trying to make money or stuff like that. Different topic. What we're talking about today here is preparedness, and beyond that, the food storage, the water storage, is some very important stuff. Very important stuff to talk about. Water, no matter how much you have, you will run out of it. That's a fact. Unless you have a huge lake on your property, or a year-round river or creek maybe, or maybe you have a natural spring. All these things are great. But most people need to identify other sources of water. Is it your town's water reservoir? Water towers? Is it that abandoned office building because SHTF is totally hit, we're without rule of law and everybody's left work, nobody's around anymore? Is it that abandoned office building that has those water coolers that everybody likes to, talk around? That's water. Think about all things like that. Everybody thinks about the obvious things. They think about lakes, rivers, streams, water towers, pools maybe even, but they forget to think about things like that. Every business has water. Okay, not every business. Most businesses have those kind of water coolers or other sources of water for people at work. So you got to think outside the box. You got to think outside the box and identify all these sources of water. Maybe it's salt water. If you have salt water all around you and not much else, well, look into desalination. How to remove the salt from the water so it is drinkable. Also, along with water sources and identifying this stuff, all these sources need to be filtered and or treated, or both. Pre-filtered, filtered, treated, etc. You know, you will have to figure out what your needs are as far as that goes, because I can't tell you, because I don't know what you're looking at. Talk about the ability to replenish your food all the time. Growing your own food, raising your own animals. Okay, yeah, that's a given. I mean, if you're in the preparedness community and you haven't heard that yet a million times, I don't know what to say. It's vitally important. And it may not be the fact that you can grow your own food, raise your own animals. Maybe it's tribe. Maybe you need to get out there and tribe more. I believe everybody needs to get out there and tribe more, no matter how big your tribe is. Tribe is what will really help get you through. Building skills and your physical abilities, all your talents, all stuff like that, yeah, that's great. But you're still one person. You can't do it alone. So, what else am I going to talk about? Well, what are some other ways to get food other than stockpiling, growing, or raising your own out there? But if you look at the Great Depression, and you probably heard this on other prepper channels or other people talking about it also, the deer population, people think they're going to go out there and hunt deer. Well, think about the deer population during the Great Depression. They were almost eliminated, almost extinct. So that won't last long. And there was a lot smaller population in the U.S. What, probably half as many people in the U.S. back then? So half as many people out hunting? And the fact that this one is going to be a lot worse. But it is still an option. Don't disregard that completely. Especially small game. Small game have higher birth rates. There's more available out there. But beyond that also. So you got hunting. You got trapping and snaring. Okay. What is a good, really good source also of food? Usually around water. Water has things like frogs, for those people that eat them. They have things like fish. And as a last case situation, which I would never want to be there. Again, we did this in survival school. But bugs, insects, like they want to put in your food. They want to get you to eat insects. I get it. I don't want to do that on a regular basis. But if you have to, if you learn how to do it, you can. Also, out and about, depending on where you are, wild edibles. I got so many wild edibles. I got 3 trays in the dehydrator right now of just stuff I went out and gathered this morning. I got dock. I got plantain. I got nipplewort. I got dandelion and Japanese knotweed. Those are the 5 I got in there right now. A bunch. And what I'm doing with that, just in case you want to know, I show it more on Patreon. What I do with my dehydrator, how I do it, what I'm doing, and how I go about doing it. And tips, tricks, lessons learned are on Patreon. What I'm doing with that is I dehydrate it, crumple it up, throw it in a coffee grinder, grind it down to a powder, and then I put it in a mason jar and I label it what's all in there. And it's basically making my own nutrient powder, which you can sprinkle in, you can mix in breads, soups, stews, anything like that. Does it taste good? No. But there's a lot of good nutrients in there. You can put them in green smoothies also. Green smoothies are great. But getting out there and at least having the knowledge, finding those wild edibles in your area, what applies to you is very important. Gotta check the time, of course, because, you know, my rural high-speed internet upload capabilities are very limited. Okay, so National Preparedness Month, yeah, Have your 2 weeks of food, right? FEMA says. Right. Well, I hope you do. I hope you got a lot more than that. But no matter how much food you stockpile, the second you open up that first can, you're basically starting that stopwatch, and you're saying, okay, got 2 years of food. You can get a calendar and be like, okay, that's when I'm going to die, without any ability to replenish it. So it's very important. A lot of things go in this. Growing your own food, raising your own animals, hunting, fishing, trapping, snaring, foraging. There's a lot of ways to get food, right? There is. But there only is if you know how to do it. And if you're actually out there doing it now, or starting it now. If you haven't done it yet, start it now. Do it now. Get out there, do the things. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.